Welcome to this week's Swarf and Chips. We've got a jam-packed show lined up for you. This is what's coming up in today's show. However, Mark is at Silverstone and we're going to find out a little bit more about capacity with Colin, who's part of the MTD Network side of the company. However, we've got two great guests with us. We've got Neil and Lee from Cogsdill. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
And Joe, of course.
Well, thank you. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Now, I love your opening statement of making precision tools for over 100 years. This is so impressive. Talk us through the history of Cogsdill.
Thank you, I'd love to. Yeah, Cogsdill founded in 1914 back in Detroit, Michigan in the US. It was founded by a guy called Stuart Cogsdill, and we're now on our third generation of owners who are all still in the family, who have had very hands-on input into the company. And when Cogsdill first started, we were working with the likes of Henry Ford and the Dodge brothers, making innovative tooling solutions for production. At the time, the Model T Ford was around, and they were producing 4,000 cars a day. So they needed some new technology to improve their output and reduce the costs, so they could sell the cars to the everyday public.
Really, wow! It's interesting how you see a
good
company
story,
begin.
Henry Ford.
Yeah.
So what tools are you best known for?
Okay, we have two different ranges of tools. We have what we call our core products. So we basically developed the single pass deburring tool. So this is one of the smallest tools that we actually manufacture, which is for deburring a 1.5mm hole. So we have our deburring range. We have roller burnishing tools, which are all finishing tooling. We do single-bladed reamers and fine boring tools, known as the chef cut. And then we have a completely separate product range called ZX.
I think we're going to talk a bit about that later on, aren't we? The ZX,
right, yeah.
Because you haven't just got one industry that you fit into, have you? It's huge industry that you cover.
No, that's absolutely right. Yeah, we do tools that range from producing optics, beer pumps, right up to jet engine thrusters and prosthetic limbs for the GB Paralympic team.
And of course, you've recently moved and you've expanded, haven't you?
That's correct, yes. We've got two manufacturing facilities. We've got the one in Camden in South Carolina and the one in Nuneaton in the Midlands. But we also have an office in Singapore, Cogsdill Asia Pacific, and Cogsdill GmbH in Austria, which are strategically placed to give global support.
That's exactly, actually, you've answered my next question, because you're not just UK based, are you? And you export a lot of work, don't you?
That's right. I mean, we're represented in 40 different countries across the world by over 180 different distributors.
Wow.
Well, bigger than you would think. When you look at some of your tools, I see it as a great fit for the oil and gas, petrochemical industry. No surprise to everyone, that's quiet at the moment. So has that affected your business at all?
Well, it has, but what we've kind of done is we've diversified the product range, which, yes, oil and gas is a big part of our business, but the ZX range of tooling can be used in all kind of large, heavy manufacturing, heavy industry. So the likes of renewable energy, rail, marine, aerospace. I mean, a lot of the ZX tools are used for producing the landing gear on aircraft.
So technical support is really important to you as a company.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. We're not just selling a tool, we're selling a solution. So we put guys there on the duck board to make sure that the tools do what they're supposed to do. Yeah.
And the facility in Nuneaton, can you explain to us how many people are there? How many machines? What machines have you got?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we've got about 43 people at present in Nuneaton. It's a 27,000 square foot facility. We moved there 3 years ago as the company expanded. A lot of the tooling is getting bigger and bigger, and we just needed a larger premises to accommodate that.
Of course, because what's the largest tooling that you're working with?
Yeah, I mean, the largest facing head that we're actually working on has got a stroke of 1.1 metres. And it weighs over a tonne.
You're going to need a big...
Just slightly bigger than that.
Just a little bit.
I did wonder why you didn't bring it with you. just on the technical support, we're looking at oil and gas API ring then on a face grooving tool. So if I've got a drawing or a component, can I send you that drawing and you recommend tools? Maybe come and see me and we drum out a process between us.
Yeah, that's exactly what we do. We'll provide a technical engineer to come to your premises, look at your application and recommend the right tooling for you.
You've got another saying called the finishing touch. Why do you say this?
It's a great strapline, isn't it?
I like it.
Our tools tend to be the last tool in the job.
Is that good? It breaks?
Yeah, no, we normally have to solve the problem.
Yeah. So whether it be surface finishing, whether it be sizing, whether it be introducing a compressive residual stress, or whether it be reducing the coefficient of friction, it's usually the last tool, hence the finishing touch.
Right, okay, Neil, I think it's about time. I think we need to head and push you over to Technical Corner. Are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Good luck with Geo.
Yeah, thank you.
Technical Corner.
Welcome to Technical Corner today, Neil.
Thank you.
Neil is the International Sales Manager for Cogsdill Nuneaton. Neil, I want you to explain how this innovative ZX range works, please.
Okay, Gio. Basically what you have here is a ZX420 facing head, and it works by converting the axial movement of the machine's quill into radial facing slide movement of the head. Here you have a key and a slipper. It's quite a simple process really for quite a technical tool.
So effectively you're not just boring, you can open up bores or the grooves, and before we touch on that point, Neil, I just want you to explain now, we're just coming on screen, how you interface it with the machine, because it's very important.
Yeah, what you have here is this is a bonnet that bolts to the outer spindle on the machine. You see the bolts going in there, and then the quill is free to move inside that bonnet. What you do is you connect the head onto the spindle, bring it back, and the 4 cam locks fasten the head to the bonnet, which is rigidly connected to the outer spindle. So it's using that outer spindle to rotate the head and to hold the weight of the head, and the quill just simply moves the facing slide.
That's fantastic. It's quite simply explained there. So in regards to the interface of the machine, you're not putting any stresses on the machine tool spindle?
Not at all.
And is it pretty much application specific, or is it for large components?
It's not really application specific. We do heads that can do pretty much any operation that you could do or that you would normally have to do on a lathe. This can now be done on a horizontal boring machine with the ZX range.
I think it's personally very impressive, and you've told me about an application where previously they had to use 100 tools, and with this range it's so modular and the tools can be changed.
Yep.
And what kind of savings would you expect?
Well, because you have a facing slide, because you have a slide that moves, you can do away with multiple twin point boring bars. So your boring heads go from hundreds of required boring heads to one facing head, and you can put a slide adapter on the head, as you can see here. This is a slide adapter that allows you to do boring from the side of the head. We do 3 different types of slide adapters: end mount, center mount, and side mount. And this one, as you can see, is allowing you to do boring of large diameters, and movement of the facing slide allows you to increase the diameter of the bore that you're producing. So it does away with the need for having a boring bar for this size and a boring bar for a larger size. You just move the slide.
That's brilliant, and that can be done with the machine, through the machine.
Yep, just by using the W axis on a horizontal boring machine.
And looking at this now, Neil, we've just changed now from the boring head, and we're putting an extension on here to get down a deeper bore.
That's correct. Yeah, this is what we call an MBT tool, which is a modular boring tool. Emphasis on the word modular. This can be made longer, it can be made shorter, it can be made a larger diameter just by changing a few of the components on the head. It's very simple. You can see here this is actually doing boring of back boring, so the slide goes inside the body of the tool and opens out when it's inside the bore. So with this you can do bottle boring and back boring and valve seat pockets as well.
And when you mention modular, I mean it's modular in regards to the tools that can be added to the facing head, but Absolutely. It can also be automated. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That's one of the big things that we're doing at the moment is automating these heads. We're actually tool changing heads like this on numerous different machines, from the small head, the sort of the 2-inch diameter bar, up to 7-inch bar, 2 metres long.
That's amazing. So am I safe to say that for the right application, this could save you a fortune?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And just to round up, Neil, there is going to be the introduction of a laser system so that you can bore and then it can check the bore and finish the bore with the introduction of that. Is this correct? Can
That's one thing that we're working on at the moment. It's very, very new. It's very innovative. It's not out yet, but yeah, one thing we're working on at the moment is having a system inside the tool that you can measure the bore diameter while the tool's in situ in the machine. So it saves you having to take the tool out and measure the bore. You can do it all inside in cycle. And
what's brilliant, it's manufactured in the UK.
It certainly is.
Neil, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Gio. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
I hope you enjoyed that. We always do learn a lot on Technical Corners and get a little bit more in depth. Now, we said earlier that the company's been going for over 100 years. How's this evolved?
Well, I think the biggest area where it's evolved is the actual machines that use these tools. A lot of the tools, when they were originally designed, were on manual machines, but a lot of them now are on CNC machines. Yeah. So we've had to develop the tool to suit the application and the machine. Right.
And automation, is that happening?
Yeah, automation's a big part for us. I touched a little bit on it in the Technical Corner. But a lot of the, particularly on the ZX product, a lot of the time that's wasted on the shop floor is time waiting for cranes to load the tools onto the machine. So what we're doing is we're producing tools that can tool change. And I think Lee mentioned earlier a facing head that's got a facing slide length of 1.2 metres and it weighs 1.25 tons, and that is tool changed by the machine.
Wow.
That's huge.
Not a sidearm, no?
No, not a sidearm, no.
That's got to be a big
It's a
machine.
tool stacker in a machine, and that machine also not only tool changes the facing head, but it tool changes the tooling on the slide, on the facing slide as well. So there's no operator intervention in the machine at all.
That's key, isn't it, nowadays?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's been watching Swarf and Chips because, as you know, we always say keep those spindles turning. So
that's right.
You're doing exactly that. Now, your website, you've just had a new website, haven't you?
We have, yeah. Yeah, zx-tools.com. Because it was a complete niche product on its own, we actually felt it deserved its own website. And we've got a full-time animator who works with us, so we've got some great animations on there.
We've seen that.
Showing how the tool works. Some great photographs, and basically all the information you need on the ZX product is there. Yeah. There's also then links to our distribution network. We have got a new website for the main company, which is going to be launched at the end of the year, which will be cogsdill.com.
Yes.
But also we have a social media. We've got a YouTube channel, and obviously you could even contact myself and Neil on LinkedIn as well. So we're always posting things.
So if you've got a YouTube channel, what do people need to type in?
Just Cogsdill.
Oh, okay.
It's
simple as that.
Simple as that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fabulous. Well, thank you for joining us on the sofa.
Pleasure.
We do have a little gift for you.
Great insight, guys.
It is actually. It's really interesting.
You.
So here we go. That's for yourself. What's your favourite drink?
Coffee.
Oh, that's fine. Then you can have a coffee in there. What's your favourite?
Mine's coffee too.
You're not lying. It could be whiskey or nothing.
It was actually going to be gin, but
oh, that's fine. Gin in there. There you go.
I'll have beer with mine then, please.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Safe trip, guys.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
Cheers. Cheers.
Cycle Time Challenge.
Winner of this week's Cycle Time Challenge is Ross Hartley from Moog Aerospace. Now Ross, I've had a look at your LinkedIn profile and I understand you've just joined there, and it says it's great because you're getting the opportunity to use your brain, and clearly you have been, because you've won the Cycle Time Challenge this week and you're under stiff competition with the most entries we've ever had. So well done, Ross. All these goodies are winging their way to you shortly. So USB stick, pen, post-it notes, bag, chocolate bar, power bank, t-shirt, mug, mat, all sorts of things there. Apologies though, because feeling a bit peckish and I need a power bank, so you might be light a few items. Apologies for that. Now, if you want the chance to win all these goodies, take part in next week's Cycle Time Challenge.
And now we're going to head over to Mark, who's with CG Tech at their View event at Silverstone.
MTD on location.
Guys, I'm at Silverstone Race Circuit. I really want to be in this red thing, this beautiful Ferrari here, but Scott has kindly invited us down to the Very Cut user exchange event, and we're going to talk to him about the actual day. Scott, now we're here at Silverstone. You've kindly invited us to your VUE day. Okay, now those guys are presenting at the moment. We've nipped out to have a look at this lovely Ferrari here, but most people want to know exactly what the VUE day is about. Can you tell us why?
Sure, the Vericut User Exchange, Mark, is for our existing customers and prospects alike to come in here today to showcase what's in the new software. So that's what the user day is all about, and for our users to engage with us. Tell us about their user experience. Is there anything they want to see us put into the software?
Because you've recently launched version 8.1 and also driving the Force products as well. Is that incorporated in today?
Yeah, one of the presentations our users are going to see today is all about Force. We've had some success in the UK with the product now since our events earlier in the year. So we're just a bit of a highlight of what we did with our Force events earlier in the year.
Well, sounds like a wonderful venue. Are you driving or me?
That'll be you, Mark, and I'll follow you in the MTD recovery van.
MTD Network.
Welcome to the network side of Swarf and Chips, and we've got Colin on the sofa who heads it all up. Welcome to the show, Colin.
Thank you, Lindsay, and can I just say, great to see you. I haven't seen you in ages, and welcome to the arrival of baby Sienna.
Oh, thank you. She's amazing.
Yeah, anyway, enough of baby talk.
Oh, what? Right, okay, let's start. You do weekly updates, don't you, Colin?
I do. Just a 2-minute quick video about what's been going on the network. So to lighten up your Monday morning, brighten it up, see what's been going on, any news, videos, anything like that. So a quick 2-minute one. Over to them. Okay,
brilliant. Lighting up Monday mornings, I don't think you can really do that, do you?
I try.
Yeah.
Well, see, you can
there
see
you are.
What more would you want on Monday morning first thing?
Right, anyway, so capacity videos. Can you explain to everyone what these are?
We do loads of news videos about our engineers, overviews and things like that, but we also do capacity ones. So they've got a machine in the machine shop, a 30-second, this is a component we can make on this machine. If you've got similar parts, we do a 30-second video and it just showcases what they've got, a bit of spare capacity.
And who's that aimed at? Who will see that video?
Well, other engineers, but more importantly, other buyers. So, you know, your OEMs in the UK, they'll see that, think, oh, we've got a part similar to that. Maybe we want a new quote, or maybe we need that manufacturing.
It's just that little bit of inspiration, isn't it?
Yep.
They'll see that, oh, that company as well.
Exactly.
Right, let's go through some of those videos then.
Certainly
Let's kick-start with Precision Aircraft Surface Treatment. Now, this is the company name, isn't it?
Easy for you to say. It's not just about aircraft, though. Surface treatment. I'm going to have to read this because they do loads of different surface treatments, but this one is NDT, non-destructive testing. So they do acid etch, penetrative flaw detection and magnetic flaw detection. So you're putting ultraviolet or fluorescent lights on it, or acid etching, which is it's brilliant because you can actually see on a component if they've been working too hard, or if the machine's not working properly. And it's amazing, really. So they've got a bit of spare capacity there.
And who? Where are they based? Sorry.
In Reading.
In Reading,
yes.
And who they aimed at?
Any machine, well, anybody who's manufacturing components, and they're aerospace accredited, and they've got the accreditation to sign off that work as well. These days, it's very difficult to get that accreditation, so really worth getting in contact with Noel and Jim at Precision Aircraft Surface Treatment.
Easy for you to say.
I know, I've been practicing.
AW Precision.
AW Precision, fantastic machine shop, known for their punch, die and mould work, but they've got this great machine shop, lots and lots of machines, but they've got a state-of-the-art grinder, a Studer S33. So normally if you're looking at a grinder, you're thinking it will do your profiles, so your rounds, your ovals, your hexagons, your flats and things like that, but this is it's an amazing machine, and it will do 5-axis grinding.
Right, okay.
So get in contact with Andy, AW Precision.
BCMZ.
Another easy one to say, yep. BCMZ. Yep, Glenn, Kevin down in Sudbury. Now they've got another great machine shop down there, but they've got a little bit of spare capacity on the Nakamura, and it's a WT152, get that right. But on the video we showed, it's an assembly, so 4 different parts, nice big bar there. It's great example of the work they can do there. So
yeah, I was watching the video actually, milling, turning, internal, external splines as well. Oh. It's quite a threading.
Hey, over to you, Lindsay. You're in charge now. Yeah.
There we go. Even more then, so we've got quite similar in a sense, GW Martin.
Yes. Now, great machine shop there. We regularly visit GW Martin. We popped down there for their 50th anniversary, had a chat with Richard and Stuart and met their local MP, but we did a capacity video in front of their index machine, and it is a, let me get this right, triple turret twin spindle, so it's a great machine. So they've got the guys there who can actually do the design of CAD-CAM to get this machine working at full capacity. So you want, if you can, both spindles work at the same time and all 3 turrets work at the same time, so it makes it really efficient, cost-effective jobs. So it's a great machine, so have a look at that video.
Slightly different to those then, you've got 3D print and scan, and again, yes, that's the name of the company, isn't it?
Yeah, and guess what they do?
3D printing and scanning.
That's it, yes. We popped in to see our friend Reece down there. He does some great stuff. So he's 3D printed an engine, also this tiny part, which is a 3mm wall. And he did the other day, it was a flat concave part. Now, I want to pick Reece up on that because if it's flat and concave, they can't be the same, can they? Let me know. I'll wait to hear about that one.
Yeah, you'll have to write in the comments, actually, Reece. That's a challenge.
Yes, definitely. But, you know, engineers, if you want to reverse engineer things, prototypes, one-offs, things like that, it's really cost effective, and it saves going into full production. You can actually see these parts, see what they look like before you actually go into full production. Brilliant.
I was watching a video the other day. It was quite interesting.
Dukewell, yes. We popped up to see Russ from Dukewell. They've just joined the network. He's at Bolton Uni. Well, he was at Bolton Uni when we filmed because they've been involved with supercars. So with Dukewell, they were involved with the TKR, which was the fastest production car up to 2009, and it did 260.1 miles an hour. Pretty nippy, but they're involved in the production of a new one, which is a Barousse, which is coming out early next year. That will do 0.5 Mach, which I think is about 380 miles an hour. Wow. So pretty nippy. But I'm going to trump that because recently we popped down to Newquay Airport where we did see the guys from Bloodhound SSC.
Yeah, that was all over the news, wasn't it?
It was, absolutely. They didn't reach their full potential because it was just a test run. They got up to 200 miles an hour, but they're aiming to get over 1,000 miles an hour. Pretty impressive stuff.
Very impressive. I don't think I'd like to be sitting in that, to be honest.
No, but it was a great day out.
Yeah, I bet.
We had a quick chat with Sir Richard Noble and Wing Commander Andy Green, so great day out.
Mixing with the celebs, eh?
Yeah, just dropping the names in there as you do.
Yeah. And last but not least, Mail and Precision.
Great, another great machine shop, surprisingly, but they've got a bit of spare capacity on their Mazak quick turn, so nice driven tools, nice little jobs on that, so watch that video, friend Steve, because they also manufacture the Mail Pallet Master.
Yes, of course they do, because they were here as well.
They were, yeah. Well, we hardly could get Steve in here because he's so tall,
No, he is really tall, isn't he?
Sorry, Steve.
You're not sorry. Thank you so much, Colin.
Lindsay.
That's it, isn't it, for the network? So you're talking about capacity. Everyone's busy though, aren't they?
That's it. All the engineers I speak to, how's it going? Oh, Colin, it's crazy. You know, I want to come and do some filming, for example. We haven't got time. We're so busy. I don't know what's going on. It's brilliant.
It's a great thing, really.
And it's all because of MTD Network.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Colin.
Lindsay, thanks ever so much.
Deal of the week.
Andy, a Fanuc RoboCut C600 B Series machine, wire cut machine. This is available from stock here at Fanuc in Coventry. Tell us about the model.
Yes, it's a mid-range machine, 600X travel, 400 wide travel with a 310 as standard and a 410Z option.
Okay, so you've got the option of the 410, so you can go a little bit bigger. Yes. Is this your most popular model when it comes to the sort of size?
It's one of the most popular ones. This and the 400, quite even, but yeah, very popular model.
Tell me some of the distinctive features. Tell me, you know, I'm in the market for a wire cut machine. I'm coming here. What are you going to say to me as a salesman? What's going to push me towards you?
Apart from the high accuracy, the reliability is second to none. All three machines have a reliable AWF system.
What's that? What do you mean?
Also wire feed system. Not only for connecting the wire to start cutting, but also a repair function if the wire was to break during the cutting.
Okay, now you say reliability as well and the build quality. It's a bold statement, but what gives it the build quality? Tell us about how it's made up.
Well, this purely the Japanese design. Everything's built to last. Well, this machine is a product for life. We support and supply parts for life.
Okay, tell me about that part. So literally any part for this I could get for the lifetime of...
Yeah, that's correct. We have machines at the moment that are 25, 30-year-old that we still supply parts for. So this machine is going to outlive my working days.
You're not that old, are you?
Pardon?
You're not that old, are you?
Well, you know, might not look it, but no, it is one of the Fanuc policies, yeah, guaranteed parts. So complete peace of mind that this.
And is that one of the first things you go for? You say, right, okay, I've got someone coming here to look at it. I'm going to push the Fanuc name, the Fanuc brand, the Fanuc build. Then we come on to the features. So you mentioned auto wire feed. What else is there?
Oh, where do I start? There's so many features on there. You know, you're lucky if you can use 30% of the features.
So give us an idea of what some of these features might be. You've got the core stitch on here.
Every machine's got the core stitch now, so that's available on all machines. We have new features such as 3D probing, so we can install a automatic or a manual probe onto the machine, which allows us to do our basic datum finding, but also a 3D pitch. So If the top of the job can't be sitting flat, we can take 3 points on the top of the job and incline the Z-axis to be perpendicular to the top of that job.
Okay, neat, neat. What about extra axes? Are they available?
Extra, all available on all machines. Again, we have our own rotary table called a CCR. So this is a small compact rotary table, takes up to 40 kilograms in weight. Very accurate again.
So give me one more then, Andy. Time is short. Another reason, another thing you'd be pushing about this model.
RoboCut Cam-I is our offline programming system. It's a full-blown CAD-CAM package, completely and only designed for FANUC RoboCut machines.
Easy to use? Would I pick it up quickly?
Very easy to use. 1 day training, you're up and running.
And when you get into those battles that we're talking about now, do you win them more often than not?
I'm doing a good proportion, yeah. Very good at the moment.
Thank you for watching this week's Swarf and Chips. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. If you want to watch any previous episodes, click on the links here. And if you want to have a go at our cycle time challenge, make sure you put your guesses in the comments box below. And as we always say, keep those spindles turning.